Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Here's Elijah Moore now, bringing it out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 20. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. That's a nice run. He tapped his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Pacheco is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Boswell's kick is good.
But nothing doing on that one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
The NFL's active leader in rush yards, Derrick Henry.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 4.
Throwing is Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Henry up the middle. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
The Steelers at 5-1 here in this early part of the season, and they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets down just 1 yard there. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line.
Tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down and 8. Again, it's Henry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to
start playing again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Stroud. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them.
They'll run it again with Henry. There's a nice move. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Rodgers going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many team pregame warm-up, but I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. On play action, it's Rodgers. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he takes this one down almost all the way
to the 30.
In zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31.
2nd and 9.
On play action. Now Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Henry. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first one up to a field goal. But we all know field goals aren't going to cut in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here and into the end zone.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season.
And I don't blame him one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
This time they stay on the ground. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. First half in the books. You're watching the Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check is control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Now it's Rodgers.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken.
But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he's going to have another. They were in zone covers there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Derrick Henry. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. Henry. And he'll be brought down in what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
To throw is Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Reynolds. And he's going to have another 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
Henry running right. And he is close to a first down as he's a 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will have a first down.
This drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
This is Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning. Something here on third down. On play action, Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Justin Watson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win lead here in this fourth quarter.
I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already.
Just on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
Going absolutely no Steelers. They're going to take over an excellent field position. Here's Rodgers.
And he is caught.
And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derrick Henry with his third touchdown of the ball game, number 12 of the season.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
He's going to let it fly.
And oh, that nearly they're
Fighting. That one incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And a great return as he gets this all the way down.
Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Robert Spillane, the line.
A handoff, running left, Henry. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Steelers, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week.